What do you think, Spawn?
Spawn?
Yeah, as in hell spawn.
Hello, my basset hound friends and my sexy pie cuties. Mark the Punk Gamer, a.k.a. Markapunk here. Yes, I can finally review something animated for once. As you can obviously tell, right there. Yes, I'm reviewing all of the 3 seasons of Spawn animated series, Todd MacFarlane's Spawn animated series, the 3-season run HBO series, and I also have the Armageddon game and the Super Nintendo game displayed. Those are the only Spawn items I have for this occasion. So, Die Hard got, Die Hard franchise got tied in the vote, and so is that movie got tied as well in the vote. So I'll do those type of reviews next too, and they just end up tied days ago, but I'm reviewing Todd MacFarlane's Spawn Season 1 that came out in 1997. So I'm excited to do this review. So let's get on with the positives about this first season. I love how it takes back to the original origin story of Spawn, which is awesome, from the original few issues of the comics from the 90s era, the grungy 90s teens era, which is awesome. Some of it was in the origin, which is actually pretty good. It has the creepy, horrific, atmospheric tone. It has a dark, edgy tone, which I do like in this animated cartoon. And the animation is really good in this. Still, it holds up for me. I know it looks dated now looking at it. I don't know if they ever made a Blu-ray release, but no. The animation still holds up in this show. And I like how it takes you back to the Spawn's origin story in this very first episode.
400 years have passed. Once again, it is time for a new warrior to emerge from the darkness.
And then it continues on to how Spawn controls his powers, his necroplasmic powers, a little bit at a time. So if he uses all of his power, he's going back to hell. He's dead. If you remember from the original comics, he used all of his necroplasm energy. He goes back. He dies. So I love how he goes into the armory of that one place to use guns instead of his powers. That's happened around issue 7 from Spawn, if I remember correctly. Yeah, really cool. So he didn't want to waste his powers that much, and he uses them sparingly. That's what the other character said in the show.
Your powers are finite. Use them sparingly.
What am I into here?
And the cool reveal, cool horrific detail about this, and Spawn actually goes back to his own gravesite to make sure he actually isn't dead, but he found out later he actually died 5 years ago, and found out the clown was right. The Violator, he was right. He was dead for almost 5 years, and he found out the hard way, and he found his own corpse in a coffin, and he freaked the hell out. It's real. Another positive thing about Season 1, you get introduced to the awesome characters, which is Sam and Twitch in this series. They're going to be ongoing for the next 2 seasons, trust me. They're actually great side characters, and enjoyable to watch.
Hey, if it ain't on ESPN, I couldn't give a shit.
No, sir.
Next positive, another side story leading up to the Billy Kincaid character, the child killer in an ice cream truck. He's one of the creepiest villains that it's in the Spawn universe. He's one of the creepiest villains of all time. Is Billy Kincaid, the ice cream killer, child killer. Yeah, he's creepy as fuck in this series.
Is known as Billy Kincaid.
I have a couple more positives, and I'm gonna move on to what I'm gonna say about the rest of this review. The kills are actually pretty goddamn good in this series. The very first season, the kills are really good. I do like this. There is one specific kill I do like in this first season. When you first introduce to Spawn, he just breaks the guy's arm like this and then shoves his own hand to the gun, makes him pull the trigger, and then go, pfft. That's awesome. After he says, what the hell are you? And then kills him. Pfft. That is my favorite kill in this first episode.
What the hell are you?
And yes, my one last positive I can say about this first season, Spawn is actually voiced by Keith motherfucking David. That's him. He actually voiced Goliath from Gargoyles, and he also starred in They Live with Roddy Piper, which is cool. That's all I can remember from Keith David. He's the best choice to have a voice actor to voice Spawn. He's perfect. And holy shit. My favorite line from the first episode, this is actually my favorite one. I'll let it explain for itself.
Before I permanently introduce your face to your colon.
Yes, that is honestly one of my favorite lines from Spawn. Keith David's favorite line. He actually said his favorite line in an interview that he says that, which is awesome. When Clown/Violator kept pestering him until he gets pissed off and said that line. Oh, I love that line. Alright, I have one little mixed thing about the first season. It involves around Violator, okay? The clown. They actually got the Clown/Violator right, but there's one thing that's off. It's the face paint. Why is it white in the series? It's supposed to be blue in the original comics. So that's what's off about it. It's not supposed to be white. Well, there's a blue outline in this face paint. It's supposed to be blue in the original comics. I don't know why they made that decision. That's why I'm mixed on it. Still, he plays a good Violator/clown. Awesome. Now, moving on to my couple of negatives I have for this season. And I don't like the frickin' presidential storyline. It's so boring. Senator Scott McMillan's storyline. I fucking hate that storyline. God, I hate it. So, I hate that storyline based around him.
What do you get out of it? A friend in a very high place.
Yeah, never really gave a shit about that storyline at all. Alright, one more negative, and I'm gonna get the hell out of here and then go to bed. They did introduce Angela in this series, but it was never mentioned again. Like, what the fuck? That's actually one of the most fan favorite characters in the whole Spawn universe. She made her first appearance in issue 9 in Spawn. That's how Angela made her first appearance. She only showed up once in one other episode scene, and never mentioned again. She was teased in everything to be the next Spawn villain, but never fucking happened. It cops out.
Got a boyfriend, Beaver Tree? Somebody to lick away your day?
And we're like, yay! We finally have this character in the series, but nope. Never mentioned again. Wow. That sucks. Wow. And that's all I have to say about Todd MacFarlane's Spawn Season 1. It's still a good first season. I still enjoy it, by only a couple of negatives I had for it. And I got 2 more seasons to go through, which is more fun. And I'm finally doing animated stuff for you guys to add to my playlist, and some other stuff too. And anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. Subscribe to me if you have not. Click the bell to get notified on all of my notifications. Also, like and share my animated review of Todd MacFarlane's Spawn Season 1, so I get more views and more subscribers. And I will see you, my best home friends, and my 6 and pie cuties, on my Todd MacFarlane's Spawn Season 2. Next. Seizure later.
The sands are always running against you.
How am I supposed to find out?
How indeed.